Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Millennial Tavern. So, as you notice, there is a huge change. We are no longer in the same room we were in before. We are now in a brand new house that I ended up closing on, and have basically taken 2 weeks off trying to get working. So, we now have the house actually ready to go. We have a bunch of new and cool stuff up in here. So, I will actually give you guys a little tour really quick. So, we have this amazing little chandelier. Very cool.
No animals were harmed in the making of the chandelier.
All animals were harmed in the making of the chandelier.
I love the light bulbs.
Yes. And the light bulbs flicker and everything, just like a real fire. I'm going to try to get this real line. But we have other stuff like that that's going to be happening in this space and just kind of making it look a little bit more tavern-y. So I have a lot of plans for this room, so stay tuned for that. But we're not really here to talk about the room, right?
No, we're not.
We're here to play some D&D.
Mm-hmm.
So, why don't you guys tell me a little bit about what happened? Because as everyone knows who tuned in last time we ended up doing this 2 weeks back, we had a little bit of a big boss battle. But something unfortunately happened. Yes, multiple people actually almost died. But you guys managed to come through. Something happened. And they were unable to make it.
It was me.
Oh, no.
It was me.
Oh.
Oh, what? That's crazy. Much like the people in the good town, the holdout city of Pike, your boy caught the plague. Sorry.
Again,
So,
for like the fifth time.
This is going to be the fourth time I've caught the plague. The plague, for those of you who are unaware, is COVID.
Yes, for anyone who's been locked in the box for the past 3 years, let's inform them.
But safe to say, your
Actually,
boy...
there were think about it like this. There were babies that were born in COVID that probably are able to at least read and talk now, so they probably know what COVID is.
Yeah, and that's all lived experience for the entirety of their life at this point.
That's sad. All right, anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so safe to say my antibodies are up. I am doing well, and I'm looking forward to another awesome game of D&D with my good old friends.
Hell yeah, brother.
I never said we were friends.
Well, that definitely changes the dynamic of the group slightly. But all that to say, we're very happy to be back. A little bit of news though, so because we did move to this new space and everything, and I'm starting to kind of get to a point where I'm ramping down at work a little bit. I'm actually going to be out of town next week, so very sad. But I will be back the following week. I know. I can already see disappointment then, but I will be back the following week. And then the thing is, too, we'll also have our lovely friend over here, David. He's going to be out of town also next week. But we'll all be back. We'll be ready to go here. Not just next week, but the following week.
As long as nobody gets the plague.
that week.
Just don't get the plague, please.
Yeah, no, I recently started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai again, so the chances of me getting the plague are going to be a little bit lower.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you're going to be rolling on the ground on a sweaty mat that people are breathing on. It's like, oh, guys, I didn't get the plague this week. I got the plague, plague, and
Instead, I'll be showing up with black eyes, torn rotator cuffs, just but a scratch at the end of the day.
We're going to be dragging you up the stairs. It's like, guys, I can't make it up here. It's like, oh, today you're making it up.
Sorry that the room is wheelchair accessible.
Just as low as it'll go.
All right, guys.
Can you get?
Oh.
What's as low as you
It's
can
like
go?
72 or 74.
I was saying, is your fan on just on?
No,
Or is it on auto?
it's set on 75 and it's trying to go to 72 right now. I can set it on auto, but
chances are it's
I would just set it on auto.
Yeah.
Because the fans are blowing directly on us. So.
Yeah. Well, so this room has its own cooling system, which is so much better. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So before, the entire townhouse I had, so it was one AC unit that got the entirety of the 1,800, 1,900 square feet or whatever. That was 18, whatever. But whatever the square footage was, yeah. So it ended up covering all of the space, and now this time, because it's partitioned differently, and I only have one room upstairs, and it's supposed to be like a little suite, it's a little bathroom or whatever, it has its own standalone AC unit, which is phenomenal because I don't have to run the AC at all up here unless we have D&D going on, or game night or something, so saving a little bit on the electricity.
Nice.
A little bit. Hopefully. We'll see. I've been spending a lot of electricity recently because we've had a lot of open doors in the move. I'll tell you what, that electric bill was actually pretty terrifying. I'm like, oh, this must be for both houses. I was still trying to sell the other place. No, it's just for the one. Yeah, it was pretty jarring.
Well, we love a frugal king. And
Frugal King.
we're glad to have the space. And
Or have my gluttony and eat all the chicken and beer that I'd like. No. But all that to come back to, guys, let's go ahead and start diving back in. So why don't we start with a little bit of recap? Because it has been a little bit since we played. It's been roughly 2 weeks since we've actually met. So why don't we go ahead and just kind of talk about what's happened, not even just last session, but over the past 2 sessions, 3 sessions. So who wants to go ahead and take lead there?
You.
All right, cool. I'll take lead. Yes, I see you guys have very, very active memories for this kind of stuff. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll help a little bit. So as you guys ended up kind of picking up this contract in the holdout city of Pike, the entirety of the group, being the IRS, decided to descend down into the sewers to essentially withhold this contract that you ended up taking from the Bounty Hunters Guild. You managed to convince a couple guards at one point that there was this god called up, and as that started to take hold, you decided to plummet even deeper into the sewers. Essentially, found out that one entire layer of this sewer is just straight acid, and it's just making these acid clouds, acid smoke. You guys had to have these ventilation systems and everything to kind of cover your face, anything you could to kind of keep the acid out of your lungs. Well, you guys managed to find your way through, and as you began to kind of pillage your way through and just grabbing anything you can, basically just trying to search and figure things out, you ran into a couple of really interesting things. One of them being this Dragonborn that was wearing some pretty interesting attire. You couldn't really make out what it was, but he only really smoked Draconic. You also ended up all deciding at the same time to drink this lovely solution that turned you all into gaseous forms, where you surely and very, very quickly learned that you can't talk. So as that happened, we basically had a silent session of people just kind of hovering around, figuring things out, trying to do Morse code as the entire party was no longer able to see, and only 2 people were actually able to do anything for the group. But you guys end up finding out that there's these kind of ruins in this entire area off in the, I think it was the right side of this particular dungeon. And as you end up kind of, deciding, we gotta get out of this gaseous form thing, you start shooting a little bit of fire around and realize that these symbols were written in infernal, and they actually reacted to this fire. They began to kind of illuminate and glow and kind of spread a little bit as the fire existed and kind of died off. They also died off. Well, after that, you guys did a little bit more exploring. You found there was actually this door with another word written in infernal on there, saying something along the lines of fire. As you guys basically shot a firebolt into it, it turned to this fiery portal that you guys were able to walk through. And as you did, you walked into something. Nobody really knows what it was. Maybe it was another dimension. Maybe it was a pocket dimension. Maybe it was time traveling. Nobody knows what it was. But it was something that you went into where you saw these, what you can only assume were these undead beings, but you found that they were basically deathlocks. And as you began to kind of stage your ambush, essentially, on these deathlocks that were resting in this area, you end up defeating them rather easily. But one of them ended up staying alive. You guys managed to question them. And
Okay.
looks like Sean wants to go play a penny.
Yep.
But as you guys were kind of discussing these things and figuring these things out in the Deathlock, you found out a couple of different things about it. I believe, actually, Kai, you ended up grabbing a book that was by one of the Deathlocks, so a diary of some kind.
Would you read their diary?
Yep. But you kind of skimmed through it a little bit, or somebody skimmed through it a little bit, and was reading a little bit of how how this ritual might be performed. You ended up basically finding that this person that was petrified needs to be destroyed or something like that, or else bad things could potentially happen. You did that, the entire dimension began to fall apart, and you guys ran back to the portal just to find that this Dragonborn that you had previously encountered was now kind of staged and ready to go. You saw him put on some kind of a mask and basically turned into this demon lord that you had to then fight at that time. As you guys basically had this full-out brawl and almost got completely decimated by a fireball out the gate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Almost got completely destroyed by a
Oh my
fireball.
god. So lucky that we survived. I don't know how we survived that. It was a lucky roll. Holy shit, man.
I roll a lot of ones on damage.
You did.
With D6s. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You just hear the clatter of
Thank the
in his
Lord up.
hands.
Yeah. It was a really, really low roll, but it was not even just that. There were a couple other moments during that fight where it was almost a TPK. And it was a long fight, just moving around, going between different corridors. And eventually you guys ended up finding out that it was something wrong. And I don't want to talk about this. What did you guys figure out in this fight?
What was wrong, guys?
Please, not all at once. You noticed a couple things about it. One of them being something when you went to go touch it. I know somebody turned into an octopus, right?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I turned to an octopus because I'm a druid.
Yes.
I
Yes.
just
You did.
touched
Okay,
anything.
okay.
I was
Check it out.
useless for like the first half of the game. So I was pretty much just playing bodyguard for Elena.
His girlfriend.
I almost died.
Okay, somebody gonna spill the
Um,
beans on what exactly transpired?
We found a mask.
A long time.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we managed to defeat the draconic fiend-looking
The servant of Exing.
maybe.
It pretty much he went to, now that I remember, he basically went to go to attack the creature, and when he went to attack it, he was kind of realizing that his tentacles were actually going like through the skin, like almost like the form that we were seeing was like a sort of like a ghostly sort
Natural
of
apparition.
around,
Like a projection.
like an astral projection.
Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
okay.
much. But it
And
was
then
like
I
actually
wrapped it
around.
on
So then we kind of
Dragonborn,
focused on trying to get the mask off of the Dragonborn,
Which
and
we
that's
did.
what wound up happening.
Oh, so the mask was some sort of magical artifact that
So, yeah,
protected
there we
him.
have it.
Something.
We don't know.
Yeah, nobody
Oh.
knows. But
We still don't.
Oh, actually,
We have the
we have it. You have
We
it.
have
seen
the
it.
mask.
Oh, you guys have the mask.
Yes.
But we ran out because we were gonna die.
Gotcha.
Also, for the time being,
Oh wow.
I think the acid stopped
Yes.
pouring into the sewers.
Correct.
So
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
as soon as we defeated it, no, he closed the portal actually temporarily. He actually closed it himself to perform some kind of action. I remember that. And
Yeah,
Well,
we
he-
had to shoot a fireball at it again to open it back up. And that's how we got out.
No, you're talking about the because we fought that thing after we left. What you're talking about? You're mixing two different
yeah,
fights.
I can help you guys out a little bit.
Yeah.
So, so as you guys were kind of going through here, you did end up realizing that this artifact was something kind of adhered to the face of this Dragonborn. As you guys ended up kind of trying to figure out how you're going to handle the situation, basically, like you said, you just started kind of going for the mask. Eventually, after beating this thing senselessly enough, you managed to actually rip the mask off, and at one point, basically just beating this Dragonborn, you kind of broke its neck and had the collarbone sticking out as you end up finally defeating this thing, and it came to the ground. And you end up looting it, taking this artifact, and also taking, well, actually, the artifact wasn't on it. The artifact was actually in the acid. Yeah, and I think actually, Kai, you went in there to go get it from the acid.
Yeah, Kai technically has it right now.
Yeah, and you ended up basically stripping off this interesting armor that it was wearing. It was essentially just like pure black, like leather with chainmail, just kind of like integrated into the leather. It was a pretty.
Yeah, it's
interesting
sort of like a
combination.
cloak. You told me.
Yeah, it was kind of like a cloak, but it had like some leather pieces and it had like some very, very fine like cloth work and everything. But you could actually like kind of feel inside, like it's woven in through the fabric. It actually looks like chainmail inside. So it was a very, very interesting kind of looking attire, and you end up looting that off of it. After that, you guys ended up all having your mask start to break, and ended up after that, basically just kind of like heading on your way out. It's like, well, we better get out of here. Really hoping that your buddy Zato over here would eventually find his way through. But as you guys end up kind of getting the rest of the way out, you had a couple guards that interrupted your path and got in your way, basically kind of demanding to know what was going on because the entirety of the earth was shaking in the city. And as that happened, I think somebody almost got hit or did get hit. And the rest of the group, yeah, you told them to fuck off. That sounds about right.
So get out of my way.
And then,
Well, I yelled at one of the guards. Actually, I remember that. I'm just basically telling them like what we just did and who we are.
yes, telling
Is
them off.
what it is. Telling
Yes.
them off like, who the fuck do you think you are talking to us like that? Look what we just went through. And then I was interrupted by Elena. She smacked me.
And then we grabbed a couple of beers on the way out.
Yes, you did grab a couple beers on the way out.
And then the guards stated, as we were walking out, who's that one behind you? And that's what we ended on.
Yes, we did not.
So we
I
don't know if
believe it was
that's
actually who the F are you?
or yeah, but we don't know if that's
F
we don't know. If
am
it's, but no, homie, we don't know if it's you because we never, or if it's the creature.
You guys hear any tentacles whirring?
That's gonna
great.
be a
Perception check.
But as you guys ended up going through all this, anything else you guys want to add before we go ahead and jump back into the session? And that was a big recap, but we really wanted to make sure everyone was up to speed in the past like couple sessions.
That's fine.
All right.
I literally thought we were about to die.
we've fought a lot, so we are.
Time to go back to an inn and take a little
You
nap,
guys are
am I
definitely beat up right now.
I was in death saves for quite a long period of time.
right? Just wizard things.
I had
Wild
I had
company.
Kai Junior ready to go. I guess technically not his twin brother
Like-
Malu.
Like as soon as he like started like telling the details of like the fiend's attack, I'm like already sitting down like I know what he's about to do. Like I know.
We talked about that
Yes.
at Home Depot.
Yeah, we did. He did. Oh, as soon as he started describing it, I'm like, there's no way he's not gonna use this spell right now. Sure enough, he takes out the dice and I'm like, damn it!
I got hit for half my life.
Don't you have like 60 life in your bear form?
No, yeah, but I wasn't bear form.
You were
We had
octopus.
just gone through. I hadn't been able to change it, and I was at like it was a low roll, and I got half my life taken.
It didn't help that we were literally
All on, like,
bunched together on a tiny little island in the middle of the lake, basically. So
Okay,
definitely
then
didn't
I
help.
went to 54 health, so that's okay.
Okay. Well, the good news is your savior, Zatu, is
Savior.
back.
Yes.
savior.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Praise
yeah.
be to
Oh,
Zato.
we left a little bat that said tavern on it to let you know where to go.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I dropped that for you.
Like an actual like
It's
a
little
bat.
wooden
It's a
bat,
little wooden bat, like a little.
like the animal.
Like oh, I thought,
Like a
I
bat.
thought you guys were leaving like a billy club or something.
No, they got a little bat earlier. But,
Zato,
so,
whenever you're useless. Here's what I
so all that to come back to, we'll go ahead and resume this session. So going back to where we last left our adventures, you were starting to walk out of the sewer as basically somebody ended up coming up behind you. You heard the guard say, "Hey, who are you?"
I unsheathed my weapon.
Just turn around, I guess.
Yeah, just turn.
To look.
All right, as you all end up turning around, you're going to end up seeing what is essentially some kind of individual that's wearing a dark hood and a cloak and just kind of like standing over there just coughing their lungs out.
Oh, I thought we were fucking done with this, man.
Who are you?
And as you see him kind of like start bringing his arm down, you're going to end up seeing that they're like coughing up blood. And there's actually like blood that's just kind of gleaming off of the edges of their mouth. And as they're kind of looking around over towards you, you're going to end up recognizing that this isn't even just like a person. It's not just something. It's a very, very small halfling. They seem to be wearing a dark cape and dark clothing and some kind of a leatherish armor. And as you go ahead and starts pulling back a little bit of his hood, you're going to end up seeing a better look at his face. Everyone go ahead and roll history.
The two that we ran into earlier.
Oh, roll history.
I wouldn't roll because I'm not there yet.
Correct.
Oh shit, that was not the right one.
I got a 19.
14.
19? 14?
19,
So-
14.
Yep.
19.
So 19. So the
Oh,
three
it's
of
nice
you, are all going to end up remembering something. You're going to remembering there was a halfling you ended up having a conversation with in an earlier point. You had a small interaction. You ended up finding out was actually part of the Thieves Guild. This individual is one of the guys that was staying off in the background, just kind of running off and doing errands for the guy who was talking. Then he go ahead and comes up and keeps coughing up this blood. You're going to end up seeing him as he just kind of like looks at you both, just kind of like bleary-eyed, just coughs up a little more blood, and then just like falls on the ground. You're just going to kind of watch his blood starts pouring out of his mouth.
Was he the one who gave us the key?
I think I just pick him up. I pick him up and throw him over my shoulder. Carry him out.
Wait, who the fuck is this one? What are you doing with him?
He's a friend of ours. We're trying to make sure he's fine.
Was he part of the IRS then? Nobody else is allowed down in these sewers.
He's an associate.
What?
He's part of our group. For the time being.
Okay. Of course. My apologies. Have an excellent day. Blessed be up.
You too.
Is
Sheathed
he,
my
is he
weapon.
dead?
Yes, bless be up.
He's just holding right now. It's hard for
Actually,
you to
he's
tell.
just on my shoulder. Check him in a second.
Okay. All right. So as you guys end up walking out and kind of climbing up the stairs after grabbing a couple of beverages and heading your way up into the city, you're going to end up recognizing that the city is basically just active, but it feels inactive.
The war. They're about to be sieged.
Is there a well or any kind of water nearby?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
What can I see like around? Are there any like people around us at the moment?
There are some people around, yes. There's some people, it looks like they're just kind of like eating, looks like eating some bread and just kind of standing off in the corner.
It's 11.
11? You're gonna end up seeing that there is actually over where these people are standing. There's a well.
Okay. I want to walk over there and set him, lean him up against the well, and then get some water and kind of splash it on his face.
Okay. All right. So while you're doing that, what do you want to do?
I guess I'll go up to those people that are red, and just gonna question them, like, oh, how's it going there? I wonder if I can ask you a question really quick.
I'm terribly sorry. Did you just say ponder if I don't mind asking you a question really quick?
There's a lot of guesses in my mind right now. I'm so sorry. We just got from.
Oh heavens! Are you one of the free slavers? Should we be calling?
No need. Just a slight query for you.
He would be right next to me, right?
Right.
Technically.
Really close. Yeah, you guys are basically within arm distance.
What's been going on as of recently? Why does the city feel so quiet?
Well, I don't think it feels more quiet than what it would normally be. I mean, given there are a lot of travelers who haven't been coming into the city. One of the markets there was actually a market who was supposed to come here not too long ago, but I guess they just got held up. Just not as active. Basically, just one of the city events just didn't come through like it normally would.
Does that normally happen?
To be honest, I've never really paid too much attention to it. I mean, given this isn't normally the events I'd end up going to, this is. I normally prefer going to the oddities. This was supposed to be more of a hunter's event, if you would.
Alright, well, let me ask you this thing. Have you heard anything about the docks? What's been going over there? Towards north of the city?
I hear things, yes. What is it to you in that?
Well, there's been some rumors as of late that the as crazy as this may sound, that the great holdout city of Pike might fall under siege. Right?
I would never in my wildest days
No.
breathe life into something like that. There is absolutely no way this would happen. This is the holdout city of Pike, the greatest city that ever was.
The greatest.
This is. I'm sorry. I cannot even breathe life into this anymore. I must get going.
No.
Thank you so much for the
come
polite
on, you can't
conversation.
entertain just a little bit.
Oh no, absolutely not. I just you see them just kind of like turn off and walk away. You end up seeing that there's one other individual just kind of like stands off and just kind of lets them walk away. Why exactly are you asking about this? Most nobleborns don't even want to talk about this kind of stuff. You do realize, and I could tell by your stature here, that you really are not a man of extreme intellect, which is fine. It's no offense meant. There's needs in society that must be felt.
Not taken.
And with what you're essentially asking is for them to recognize that bad things may happen to them. And for any lowborn to really walk up to any of the noblemen in this city and suggest anything other than a successful life that patronizes them on their every whims just isn't right. I'm not like them. I'm probably more aligned with you, but I found my way to be with them. Why are you asking?
Well, to be quite honest, I don't know why I care, but it seems that there are still good people in the city that don't deserve what's about to happen. I'd love to get as much information as I can so as to better prepare for anything ill to come. If there needs to be an evacuation in the city, we can gather the right people and head out. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, some of the blokes in this city can all just fuck off and fucking die for all I care.
Roll persuasion. As this conversation's happening, you're going to end up the rest of you they're kind of off to the side, not these two, but the rest of you are going to end up noticing that Zatu actually begins kind of crawling his way out of the sewer.
Does he look angry?
He looks like he's just really struggling.
I go over there and I just kind of help him up.
As I look up at him, I say, "Who is it?"
Is that too? Wait, is he like hurt? Like I need to heal him hurt, or is he?
Well, how do you look?
I am.
How do you look, Zatu?
Blood dripping.
Let's put your theatrics down for a second. How do you look?
Basically, my eyes are not open. You see tears coming down my face. I'm crawling like
tears of blood or just tears?
Just
I'm imagining Han Solo just got out of the.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so good. He's
Slow-
just over dramatizing.
Like I've been pepper sprayed.
But besides that, you're fine.
Who is that?
He stubbed his toe down there.
Who is it? I can't see the.
I use shape water and splash him in the face to clear his eyes.
Kai, is that you?
Yeah.
Man, you guys look like shit.
Yeah.
Speak
Well,
for yourself, dude.
Hey. Yeah, you're right.
All
Boy,
right.
that last fight was sure something, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
what happened to you?
Oh, a ceiling collapsed. I got buried under. One of my tentacles got crushed. Good thing is, it grows back, and I only cut it off a little bit. So they do. Octopus limbs grow back. Yeah.
Yeah. The more you know.
Exactly.
So going back to your
Make sure
conversation.
you tell it.
So you said 18 or 19?
Gonna wait till he's
All
asleep
right.
in the middle of my.
All right. You're a rough group.
Yeah, you can say that.
You mercenaries, bounty hunters. What's your gimmick? What's your deal?
Battle of the Hunters. I just chime in for that and then go back to trying to wake the other guy up.
All right.
Yeah, he's with mine.
All right. Very well. Well, I'll just tell you this right now. You go talking to any of the gods. You go talking to any of the Lord's noblemen or anything like that. They're not going to pay you any mind. If you do big things, then yeah, they might have. But most bounty hunters, most mercenaries, they never have a chance of really getting an audience with them. Even if you were, I very much doubt you'd be able to substantiate any of this. Because it feels like, at least given what I've noticed of the city for the past 7 years I've been here, they don't really want to believe anything that isn't true. In their perception, in their mind.
Want to get nowhere here, trying to ask for information. So,
It's
seems
not-
like it.
It's not going to be easy to say the least. But here's what I'd say. I would.
It's cold, man.
It matches Elena.
Here's what I'd say though. I believe something really big is about to happen. I'll have every intention of getting out of the city here after I finish this meal. I would recommend you do as well.
Where do you think would be the place to flee?
There's a couple places that come to mind, but here's what I don't think any nobleman will ever admit to themselves. The holdout city of Pike has been the holdout city because it's ever only been attacked from the sea. And that's what makes this city so strong. I've heard rumors of the past week, maybe, of armies coming in from the north. And if they do, then things might happen in the cities. Supply chains might start getting cut off. We might not have the events that would normally be coming here arrive on time. I very much doubt anyone who they run into on this road, if they were coming this way, would remotely get close to the city because they wouldn't want anyone being warned of their arrival. Now, the whole city of Pike has lasted against attacks from the sea, sure. But what about attack from the sea and the land? I don't think the city has the manpower to be able to survive it. That's what I'm getting out. Best place I would go? The Shadowstone. And there's also another... Oh, it's eluding me right now. There's another location over... It's south of Shadowstone. I can't remember what it's called. But I would just be wary of the roads. I don't know where this army would be moving. I feel like they wouldn't be taking the roads, but maybe they are. Again, I don't know that this army exists, but I was a mercenary myself for some time. Was a mercenary for the right people. Killed the right people. I got myself here. I don't plan on dying here.
I don't need a mind. I guess it's a little bit of a fresh air to finally meet someone who's not fucking crazy and actually knows what the fuck's going on
Well,
around the city.
I wish you the best of luck with finding that particular person. The thing is, you can't save people who don't want to be saved. I'd say the sooner you realize that, friend, the better you'll be. You see him go ahead and eat that last piece of bread and chug down some water and say, best of luck to you.
Well, to you.
Then you see him just kind of start walking off towards the gate.
Good. Guess I return to the group after that.
All right, so while you're sitting there, like especially just like throwing the water in his face, I want you to go ahead and roll medicine.
How long has gone by?
9.
How long has gone by since what?
Like
Since
we
the boss fight? The boss fight, you're probably looking at like maybe an hour. Maybe.
Okay.
So what was that?
It was 9.
Okay.
Medicine.
All right, so as you're basically trying to like wake him up and putting water in there, kind of trying to slap his face and get any kind of response out of him, it doesn't look like he's even responding at all. And all you're saying is the blood's kind of like stopped moving, and then you're just kind of smearing it around on his face.
Does any of you have a health potion or the ability to heal?
Who?
Any of us in our group?
No. Who are we healing?
Just one.
Why? He's dead. Looks
It's
like it.
not dead.
I'll be the judge of that, guys. Just give me a second.
Alright, well, the longer we wait.
Oh, what? Yeah. Don't we need to leave? We're pretty fucked up ourselves.
Give me a second. I just need to get the.
perfectly fine right now.
I need to get the acid out of my eyes
No,
real
I'm not.
quick.
Are you getting attacked right now?
Yeah, but we don't have
No.
much time.
Okay.
If people are evacuating the
Okay,
city.
I've cleared the acid from my eyes. I'd like to go up to my boy and see what the heck's going on.
Okay, go ahead and roll medicine.
That one.
So as you end up going up to
Worse
him,
than me.
I'm gonna start
You
coughing.
no, so you end up kind of putting a tentacle on his chest, and then as you go, kind of like feel his heartbeat. You're just like, yeah, he's dead.
I search his body.
You could. Kai, can you use magic to heal him?
He just said he's dead.
It doesn't, no crap. Just heal, please.
To be fair, I'm not in the best of condition myself. Also,
Listen, we're
so
going to go rest here in a few minutes, probably.
I feel like I walk
We
up
need a
into this
rest.
situation. Well, that was an interesting section. Why is he dead?
Yeah, that's what he said.
I'd consider second opinion, guys.
Kai, just use
You know, like-
magic.
I want to do a medicine check.
Just go for it, bro.
Yeah. Oh, whopping +0. 16.
16. So as you end up kind of like getting up a little bit closer, you start kind of like trying to feel for a pulse and everything. You end up kind of like noticing that his face has like kind of a lack of color to it. And as you end up kind of like opening up his mouth and kind of like trying to feel for any breathing, and you're not really getting anything, and you're pretty confident at this point he is dead.
All right, I lose body.
I haven't said anything yet.
I was sorry.
Oh, it's okay, guys. Just hold on. I've checked many before. He's not dead. No worries. He just kind of looks like that. Is that? Yeah, he's dead.
You're sure he's dead.
I search his body. As I was gonna do anyways.
Okay. So as you go and start kind of searching his body, why don't you go ahead and roll investigation?
So, what happened while I was stuck behind the cave-in, guys?
18.
Okay.
We fought a demon.
The same demon from before, the one who was asking us those 21 questions.
Different one. I will say, I probably, when he starts doing that, I probably would have put my hand in front and be like, do you think this is a good idea to start trying to loot a dead body here in the middle of everywhere?
As I'm in the middle of actually doing that.
Yeah.
I'd like to chime in.
I'm gonna loot the body. But
First, we identify cause of death, and we identify motive.
So as it is happening, let's go ahead and have somebody in the chat go ahead and roll a d20 for me. So can somebody do a reminder just so people in the chat remember how it goes? So you can roll the dice. Pretty sure the command is, there we go, is exclamation mark D and then space 20.
bot up and running.
The bot should be up and running. Is it not working? Why? Where'd you set the bot again? Was it on Twitch or?
I don't remember. I'd have to really look.
I rolled a 9.
Well,
If you want to use that.
that's very sad. All right, I'll just roll it behind the screen. Sorry, guys. Normally we'd have that set up, but it looks like it's not set up this session. Okay. All right. So as you guys are kind of looting through the body and everything, and he's kind of like flipping through some stuff, you're gonna end up recognizing that it looks like a lot of his clothing, as you're kind of patting it down, has been like seared by acid burns, and you're gonna end up noticing this voice just kind of echoing down the corridor. Hi. What the fuck are you doing to that? What are you doing to him? You're gonna end up saying that like not just one, but it looks like 5 other guards start coming in here and start calling for other things.
Well, he's our teammate.
Yeah, relax, guys. It's gonna be okay.
He's part of us. He had a.
Hey, you guard, come help us over here then, bud.
What?
Yo, we're trying to get his clothes off so we can attend to the acid damage he's got to his chest.
We're from the IRS. We've been dealing with the problem down in the sewers.
There's been acid down there. Do you not see the acid scorch marks on his chest? We're trying to get this bloody acid off of him.
I wave them over as we start CPR.
Wait. Jeremy! And you see him kind of shout up to this archer up on top of one of the buildings. I thought you said that he was trying to look through them. Oh, that's what I saw. Was he? I'm certain of it.
So you're gonna believe a man that's how high is he up there?
He's about like 20 feet up, standing on top of a building.
That's like 50 feet up there. While we're down here.
Jeremy, I don't know. I think you're an archer. You're not a doctor, right?
You know what? No, I'm fucking done with this. You see him go ahead and start pulling back.
Oh, wait.
You're.
I slowly start backing away from the group.
It's like, all right, that's it. We have Jeremy's word against yours. You're under arrest.
What did we talk to about the contract? The king?
I say, Edward, where's our symbol? Where's our
I don't know what you're talking about.
This man's kissing ass right now.
All right,
You brought him out. You picked him up.
all right, you three.
What do you mean? He's the one who picked him up.
No,
and threw him down.
you three, put your weapons up. This gentleman, Jeremy, what did you see with that gentleman? Oh, I saw him walking through the streets. He was trying to help him, it looked like. Then these 3 people came out of nowhere and just started trying to mess with him. Jeremy heard it.
We're literally all we all the same group. He's our comrade.
Praise be to God.
Sir, you seem to be a good man of the law. What say you?
I'm gonna glare at you.
I'll give them a little bit of slack. The gentleman, I did try to help him. He died from his wounds. They're a little rash when it comes to the privacy of the dead. Please excuse them. It will not happen again.
I'm sorry, they didn't just mug him. They were defiling the dead.
They were not defiling him. They were trying to see what he had, but also tried to see why he died.
Jeremy, it's worse than what we thought.
Go get your captain, brother.
All 3 of you are coming with us.
If you wouldn't mind, would you just let me take them with me? I'll make sure they don't get into any more trouble.
Oh, no, I'm terribly sorry, sir. This is way beyond it. We thought he was just mugging the man. No, they were defiling the dead. That is a terrible
They were
sin to
not
hold out sin.
defiling. They were not defiling. They were just trying to see what caused his death and to see if he had any valuables on him. I will admit that, but they were not trying to be disgusting or anything like that.
Alright, fine.
I wasn't gonna tank anything.
Fine. You see him kind of turn around and start talking to a couple of his fellows behind him. Alright, we'll make this all go away for you. 100 gold piece.
Aren't you taking care of us, Edar?
I get you guys out of it. You guys take care of that.
Between the three of you, you should have 100 gold pieces.
100 gold a piece.
Per.
We don't have that.
One
Yes.
second. Little
100,
time out.
100 gold apiece.
Little time out. Did you ever tell us that he was part of the Thieves Guild? Actually tell us?
No, I didn't mention that part.
That's what I was like. I just remember he gave us
A
the
little
key.
bit of information.
You holding out on us, Edar?
Huh?
You're holding out on us, brother.
What are you talking about?
No,
I don't know
he
that.
doesn't know
I'm
that.
You know
asking.
that. I'm the only one that
He's
knows.
the only one that knows that. I'm asking if
So a
you
little
guys-
light bulb just went off in his head.
No, but no, I don't recognize the halfling. I didn't recognize him. So
Yeah.
I don't know that this guy was part of like that small little group because that guy was
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah, because you didn't recognize him and nobody said that they recognized him from down there. So.
Exactly. So no one said he's
Yeah.
part of that.
Yeah,
group.
you haven't been able to make the connection yet.
Yeah, exactly.
What I'm trying to say is we're down there under the head guard's direction because we're bounty hunters, and good old Edard over here is holding out with the bounty hunter sigil.
Oh, okay. So,
I'm kind of waiting on that.
do we
I
have
told you to bring it out.
Do we
Like
have
I
a
said,
drug
bring out
deal?
the sigil. Like,
Honest question. Like when you meant like 100 gold apiece, does that mean like 100 from each of us or 100 to each guard?
Why don't you ask?
Fuck.
Why don't you ask the guards?
Is that just 100 from each of us or teaching you? Teaching you.
None
none of us have that goal.
there's 5 of us. No, 6. Got Jeremy.
Fuck Jeremy.
We got Jeremy. So 6 of us. So it'd be 100 gold. It'd be 100. Actually, let me just roll for this. So it'd be 100 gold a piece from each of you, which ends up meaning that each of us a piece ends up getting 100 gold. No,
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 150 gold.
50, right?
I think it's 25.
No. Well, because I mean,
No, so
you
if
said
it's-
100 gold, right? 100 gold. So there's, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, let's say 25. No, 20, because that will make it 100. That's what you said. 100 gold pieces. That's
Well,
what you
yeah,
said.
a piece because.
No, you said pieces.
Well, no, you shouldn't. I have the sword here, and I am working for the Lord. Thank you very much.
Okay, but I'm just correcting on what you said. You said pieces.
Jeremy, did I say piece of pieces?
You said pieces.
I did say pieces.
Yes.
Yes. So 100 gold pieces for each of us.
All right, here's the deal.
You said total.
I was having fun watching this all go down, but we actually just completed the bounty for the Lord. We are part of the Bounty Hunters Guild.
No. I still need my 50 gold pieces. No, 100.
Yeah, 50 done deal.
No,
All right.
it was 100 gold pieces for the lot of us, which
Okay,
is
so
which
100
ends up being, because there's 5 of us and there's 100 of the pieces, so then we all end up getting 25 gold pieces apiece.
That'd be 20, not 25.
I shout up to Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, do you know the Lord by chance?
No, pay up, please.
Now, what happens if we take the proof of our bounty to the Lord, showing that we completed it, and I tell them that there
Jeremy.
are some
This
guards.
halfling.
There are guards out
part
here
of the
trying to
investigation.
to extort the gentleman who took care of the problem he wanted to see done personally.
Safe to say you guys are going to be tarred and feathered in the town square.
I'm just trying to keep the peace here. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, and I'm trying to keep us out of trouble.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage. Actually, intimidation. intimidation advantage.
Fucking Jeremy, bro.
So they didn't make me roll deception for what I tried to do.
13.
That does look kind of bad in all of us, doesn't it?
Yes, it certainly does.
Yes, it looks bad in all of us. All right, no, very, very well, very well. Well, this has been quite taxing for my friends, and this has been a lot of trouble for the lot of you three. So, why don't we just do this? Us, being the good gods that we are going to escort you back to where it is you're going for a humble fee of 10 gold pieces for each of my friends.
On protection as we're going back to the.
And then we ensure that you stay out of harm's way and out of trouble till you get to your location. And we all stay in good terms.
Oh, what's
You carried the dead guy then.
It's a halfling.
We will not be doing such thing, I'm sorry.
Well, don't worry. We'll
No, the other guards will come and take care of him. They'll take him to the graves. Don't you worry about that. He'll be fine. So, security check, please.
We're all just a bunch of humble, generous gods.
Jeremy, come down. They're paying.
Can I get your name, good sir, so I know who to thank?
Who to thank?
Yes, for humbly walking with us and protecting us all the way back to the Lord's Keep.
Of course you can, Smitty.
Smitty. Okay, pleasure.
Yes. Now, so the 10 gold pieces for me and my fellow guards, a piece. It's
10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces from each of us, yes?
no, 10 gold pieces. I get 10. He gets 10. He gets 10. He gets 10. Actually, it might be easier if we all just line up. Here, we'll line up.
We need to turn in the bounty first.
Yeah, you know.
And we will help you do
How
that.
many are there yet? How many?
Six of us.
I hand him 60 gold.
Oh, well, thank you very much, there.
60 gold.
Yes, I do.
So generous. All right, well, you gentlemen are now, and I guess lady as well, if you are also.
Yes, she's.
You are under our protection then. Where would you like to go in the city?
Let us go to the Lord's Keep so we can turn this bounty into him.
Come on with Smitty.
You're going to the Lord's Keep to turn the bounty.
We were told that we need to give it to him directly since he is the one that decreed it. This bounty comes straight from the Lord.
Of course. You're going directly to the Lord for this. Normally, payments are sent to the bounty hunters, though, at the taverns. Are you sure about this?
We were told to take it directly.
Double check your notes. Just make sure. I'm questioning it because they would be questioning it, just because it's not what they're told.
No, yeah.
What, you want to get down, Shiloh? Yeah, you want to get down.
Making the executive decision.
Go
you,
right past.
Pardon me, sorry. The acid is upsetting my stomach.
Well,
Anyway, I don't know.
I could take you to the keep, or I could take you to. I mean, right now you have us guards at your disposal, so.
Let's go to the keep.
I think I looked to Elena and I said, Elena, are you good to go to the keep or do you need to go back and rest?
Can you heal me at all before we go?
I can do like one. I can do one.
Listen, here's the deal. Just don't get into trouble again. We'll be fine.
Let's go then. Let's take a little siesta before we go. You know?
Let's just go. Well, I mean, we have these wonderful, humble,
If y'all got my
generous
back-
gods.
I'll go.
Oh, well, of course.
Well, no, let's head over to the keep.
Smitty, Elena here, she's very injured. I think we should go to the keep before we go to the Lord's Keep.
What?
The inn before we go to the Lord's Keep.
They're not going to stay the night with us until we're.
They're just escorting us to the inn.
Yes,
We're going
but
to the tavern.
it is going to
The
be
tavern.
a lot easier to get to the Lord's Keep if we have officials there telling them that we have business with the Lord.
You heard our glorious
Go to
leader.
the Lord's Keep.
Okay.
All right. Seems like you guys are a little indecisive. Do we have a decision, or should we give you some more time?
Lords.
Smitty, we're gonna go to the Lord's Keep.
All right. Very well then. All right, guards. You see him just kind of like pointing at the guards, and they all kind of start like lining the road, essentially, just kind of trying to keep people out of the way as you guys are starting to walk through.
Do I see him doing that?
Casting
Where are
Mage Hand.
Yeah.
Well, what's your marching order?
I guess I'd probably be behind the guards. Are the guards all up front, or what's their marching order?
So the guards are kind of like staggered. It's like 2 guards, and then you have
So they're
two
kind of
guards
like
kinda
surrounding
going.
us, sort of?
Yeah, kind of. It's like almost like they're making a box, and you're staying in the box.
Okay.
So
I
you're
guess I'd be in the front.
I'm probably like in the middle because I don't want to be too much in the front, too much in the back. So where are y'all gonna be?
I'm towards the rear, just out of a little bit of eyesight of the final guard.
So the guards aren't going to let you really be out of their eyesight. They're going to end up essentially making it so like they're behind you.
Yeah, so they're literally in boxed us basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kai, where you be at?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Whatever the formation, I'm not in front. But.
All right. So as you're watching through, you want to cast Mage Hand?
I disregard my mage hand.
All right. Mage Hand disappears.
Dispel.
Dispelled. All right. So as you guys are walking through, anything you guys want to be talking about or doing? It's going to be a little bit of a walk, and you guys are going to be walking just right now through the some of the poorer districts until you end up getting into the nobleman's district.
I cast Healing Ward on Elena, just in case.
How much is that?
1d4 plus 3.
What do you say to her?
I say, come on, buttercup.
Is that 1d4 plus 3?
That's big.
While it's happening, I'd like to chat with Dina.
Yep.
Tina, what did I miss out on with that battle?
Oh, wow, I didn't mind.
The rocks collapsed and I was trapped. Took me a long while to get out.
Well, like, originally, like I had said, we will find this giant draconic fin demon.
How quiet are
And-
they talking?
I mean, it sounds like they're trying to talk pretty quietly in the back.
Whenever he
I
says
move
that, I
back.
go, shh.
Did you just hear Elena sneeze?
No, I assume that's what it was.
Okay.
I turn back and I stare at them.
You need a tissue.
Yeah, we almost got our shit pushed in, right? Giant fireball basically incinerated most of us. Thing went and dove into the acid, had to fight it. It was the guy over there transformed into a giant octopus.
Wow.
No, honestly, if it wasn't for him, we'd probably be dead.
Thank goodness we saved him.
We didn't have a choice.
We did almost leave him dead for that one time.
Okay. Let's chat some more whenever we get back.
All right, so as you guys end up kind of getting over closer to the first gate, you're gonna end up seeing some of the guards, end up kind of like greeting the other guards. You're gonna end up noticing some of the guards up to the front are just kind of chit chatting for a moment. Elar, it looks like you're closest up front. I want you to go ahead and roll perception.
19.
Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah, it's a good thing you rolled high because they also rolled high. You're kind of hearing the whispers saying, What are you doing? You know we're not supposed to be bringing these, really anyone. I mean, what are these, like, mercenaries? Come on, they're bounty hunters. We're escorting them through. You know, they've asked for our protection, and they've earned their way to get in here somehow. You know, just okay, I see how. All right, fine. We'll let them through, but you're not supposed to be bringing these people in through here, or just anyone at this point. You know, the city is about to be under lockdown. Just let us in, please. Then you end up seeing the guards kind of like, you know, they motion to each other and they end up opening the doors for the nobleman.
Am I able to hear it since I'm behind him?
No, only he's able to hear it. So the doors end up opening up right after that into the nobleman district. And as that happens, you guys are able to walk straight in and start going your way through. So the guards are going to keep escorting you in some parts of that noble district. First two in are going to be you two, so I want both of you guys to go ahead and roll investigation as you walk in the door.
And then who? Me? Or
Oh no, these two are up front. So.
17.
Is that investigation?
Mhm.
3.
Yeah. You're not really paying attention to anything, but when you end up walking in that door,
Annie.
hey,
she's literally just playing. She's not.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. So as you end up walking in the door, you're going to end up recognizing that this area actually seems a lot busier than what it was in the lesser districts outside. It looks like the bards and everything are kind of like hanging out. Some bards are going to class over to college, and it seems like there's just more general activity, kind of more life than what you would have expected.
It doesn't seem like panicked or anything at all. It just seems like
It doesn't
normal.
seem like anyone there is panicked
Okay.
comparatively as to what you saw earlier, which is basically just no one in the streets.
Okay.
It feels different in here.
I kind of whisper over to her. I think there's more people here.
Walk down.
All right, so as you guys end up walking through and finding your way, I want the people in the back through to go ahead and roll not investigation, unless you guys feel like you'd be looking around. Investigation, if you feel like you're looking around. If you feel like you'd just be passively taking information and perception.
So we're around, there's a lot of people around us right now.
Comparatively.
Yeah.
You still have the guards that are kind of like parting the seas, basically. And
I
kind
think
of
I'd grab a rag out of my bag and start wiping off the big puddles
That's a
of
good
blood.
Nat 20, and I rolled for investigation because I've got wandering eyes.
So it's 24.
24 technically. Yeah.
I got
3, not very good. Okay.
14.
14. All right, so you're gonna actually end up being the only one who's really noticing anything. But as you're kind of walking through, you're gonna end up noticing that some of the bards, as they're playing, like one of the bards kind of goes to strike a chord on this very, very long, elaborate lute. It doesn't even just have 4, 5, 6 strings. I think it has 12, 16 strings on it. And then it goes to play a chord. You're gonna end up hearing him kind of like ding, ding. So he just kind of felt odd. It felt really dissonant. And as you went to kind of look over there and take a glance, you're gonna end up seeing a little bit more that the bard's kind of trembling a little bit. He's gonna turn around and saying, "I guess this is what it's like to be a little bit nervous. Then, you never get worried about a show, but Then they both just kind of look at each other and just kind of play it off after that.
I would like to wiggle one of the tentacles over, and I'd like to tap Dino Dullclaw on the shoulder, and I'd like to say, "Did you catch that?"
What?
Oh no, I just saw a really seasoned musician get nervous over something. What? I don't know.
Well, I think it's just nervous about the show, don't you think?
To be fair, this guy he was very, very seasoned. It was not his first show by any means.
Go ahead and roll history for me. Oh, gotcha.
18.
Yeah, so if you're familiarity with bards and everything, even hanging out with Hilda, you know that that particular version of lute is just very, very complicated, and it does require a lot of seasoned playing to be able to play an instrument that complicated.
You see the lute she's been playing.
I see it.
Yeah, you'd be able to see. You guys are walking by. It's it's kind of a little bit off the distance now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I do see it.
Do you remember Hilda, the ditzy bard we used to have?
Oh, I could not forget her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But she only played a 2-string lute, and as you can clearly see over there, that man's he's obviously playing something a lot more complex.
Oh, you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, I think if what you're saying is that bard seems to be nervous about something, and it might not just be the commoners that are worried. It seems like a higher nobleman as well. So, I was speaking to another nobleman outside the sewers, and he seemed like the only one that seemed to grasp what's really going on in the city. He says that the city might go in siege.
Or are you talking about the ships that were outside?
It could be because of that. Now, he's saying that they won't just be attacked from the north, but there might be some rumors that it might also come from the south.
Wrong attack.
Exactly. So, of course, everyone in this stupid city, and the noble people, think that, oh, nothing's going to happen. Not just pushing yet everything to a side, or
Out of
maybe
sight, out of mind.
maybe they're being told or forced to believe nothing's happening.
Okay. Well, let's share this with the party whenever we get a chance, but now's not the time.
Okay. All right. So as you guys end up kind of walking the rest of the way through, the guards are finally going to end up getting to it as like. So you basically went through the entire outside of the city. You kind of moved a little bit closer in. You got to this inner layer of the city. And as you got through that in the Noble District, you basically got to the center of what is like this city, essentially on this large rock-like pedestal, these long stairs that are kind of going up. You're eventually able to get to the point where you see those stairs. You see a giant gate. You see one of the guards walk up to the gate and basically just kind of have a slight little conversation. And immediately you watch as the door gates begin to open. And the guards kind of start ushering you up the stairs. As that happens, you're going to see Smitty, the guard that's kind of been ushering you through, saying, all right, now, these gentlemen over here, the Lord's Guard, they're going to be taking care of you from this point forward. Just please stay in line, listen, do what they say.
Appreciate your service, Smitty.
Smitty, Jeremy, aren't you guys coming with us?
I'm sorry now. What was that?
I thought the plan was for you guys to escort us right to the Lord.
Oh, no. We're not part of the Lord's Guard. We don't interact with them like that.
Pause for a second. If I yell, seize him. Never mind, forget it.
No. Let's play this thought game really quick. A commoner, mercenary, essentially, standing inside the Lord's Keep. Actually, let's take an opportunity here while our friend David's away to talk about Lord etiquette, because this could be fun. So,
I don't want to feel good. I want to feel evil.
yes.
I want them to be punished.
You could feel very evil, and what I'll say is, off with your head.
I want him punished. Damn it, Smitty.
you could probably try to work something like that. I'm just telling you. Just be very careful because you guys are kind of trotting into literally a center hold where it's going to be very difficult for you to escape, so to speak, if you're trying to escape. And also, there's guards everywhere, so just bear that in mind with everything you guys do. So, you can say that.
I'll keep the whispers of chaos, just between me and the Lord. Then
might not be a bad idea.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys end up holding your tongue essentially and walking through this gate, you're going to end up seeing that looks like these men that are wearing very, very intricate uniforms. Like I'm talking like these things are just like from like head to toe just covered in uniforms that are actually made of what looks like kind of like stainless steel, but they have like silver linings on that kind of like pull these little accents out on some parts of their chainmail and armor. And yet,
Someone is at the front door.
I unlocked it, so hopefully he recognizes it. All right, but so as you guys end up kind of having this conversation, and you end up kind of like having this little like thought experiment or whatever, you end up seeing that the guards are wearing these very intricate uniforms. You see they're basically just covered head to toe, and you can't even fully identify their faces because their faces are basically just covered. And you end up hearing one of the voices just kind of radio out saying, "Come with us, please." Then they start kind of ushering you up the steps. But you're going to end up noticing that you are not just surrounded by like the 6 guards you had before. You're now surrounded by about 12 guards.
All right, everybody, be on your best behavior, please.
All right. So as you guys end up kind of having this little discourse and getting up to the top of the steps, you're going to end up seeing one of the guards says, "Surrender your weapons here."
Certainly. Are we just giving them to you or setting them up to the side or what?
You see him kind of point over, and you see there's like this guard is kind of standing over by a closet. They'll collect them. You can pick them up on your way out.
Same protocol as before, guys.
I guess walk over.
Okay.
Give them all the weapons I have.
Okay. Are you actually getting all your weapons? Basically, tell me if you guys are going to try to hold anything.
No, I'm just.
I'm actually going to try to hold on.
Okay, what are you going to try to hold?
Probably my short sword, if I can sneak that in.
Your short sword?
Short sword?
Sure.
I'm gonna give-
Your orchestra short or your
Okay, so I'll basically pull that. Oh, what's that one scene? Anyway, Pirates of the Caribbean. I just unload my crossbow bolts, a crowbar, a short sword. I'll put that on there. I kind of gleam at one of them, just like as if like just a message from it. I touch it. Put it down. I take out my scimitar, place it down. A hammer, place it down as well, and I want to try to sneak the short sword in.
Okay. So as all this kind of ends up transpiring, you're going to end up seeing that the guards are just kind of like staring at you doing all this. Is that it then?
I see. At least for me.
You know
All right.
everything.
What's everything, mate?
I don't want us getting in trouble.
What's everything, mate?
Okay, well,
Surely you wouldn't
you're the
deprive
sneaky one,
an
so-
injured
Roll for
man of his
intimidation.
walking stick.
Oh, the little cane?
Yes.
That's fine.
I think I don't know that he's trying to smuggle anything, but I kind of lean down and like almost talk to him like a child, sort of like that pose. I'm not talking to you like you're a child.
I have a stick. That's technically a torch.
You know, we were going. They will kill us. You know.
Do I give up my torch? I have to give up a torch.
No, that should be fine.
Okay, then see, it's fine.
Okay.
Right.
You're
All right.
I don't know why you're just so distrusting with me right now.
It's within me, buddy.
Any other weapons? Anyone else trying to
Did
conceal
you hear
anything?
what
Or everyone
we're
else
doing?
surrendering?
I'm not
weapons?
concealing. I'm just putting everything.
They're asking us to surrender all of our weapons as we go.
That's fine. I mean, that's I would say standard.
I still have.
All right. Very well, gentlemen.
So,
Come on. You see another pair of gates just kind of open up, and as that happens, you're gonna immediately see there's like this vast courtyard just on top of this, essentially tower and castle up in the sky. As those gates end up opening, you're able to see everything through. You see that there's like actually these cherry blossoms that are kind of like blooming just during this perfect time of season. You're gonna end up seeing that there are people actually just walking around, like kids kind of playing. It looks like there are some servants just kind of picking miscellaneous things from the gardens. But as you end up walking in through, you're going to end up seeing that there is this giant area that's kind of just made of these columns that looks like it's partially covered on the inside, has vines just kind of going up and through and just really ornately done. But it looks like the entirety of this Lord's Keep isn't actually locked away inside. It's actually like half in and half out.
Which is pretty nice.
Put my tentacle on Dino's shoulder.
I'm not phased.
After. Guys, come on, act like you belong.
I mean, I'm just walking through.
Anyways. Okay.
All right. So as you guys are walking through, one of the guards in that turning to you says, "All right, it'll be just a moment. We have to go get the Lord. He'll be here momentarily."
Of course.
Take your time.
All right. So he's going to end up leaving you guys. Basically, all the guards just kind of give you a little bit of space. They're all kind of like standing off in the outside area, allowing you basically just to kind of mingle and conjugate. One of the servant girls walks up to you and says, "Excuse me, would any of you like some waters or wines? Cheeses?"
I'm famished.
Whatever you sell me to drink, I'll have 2 of them.
Oh, absolutely. You see her kind of like snap, and another girl, like a younger girl, just kind of walks over there with like 2 glasses of wine, just immediately pours them for you and give them to you.
Nothing. You can go away now.
You see her kind of like give you a little bow and start going off.
Service is
A
impeccable.
little bit of respect, please.
Tis the Lord's keep.
Oh, please. Yeah, have one.
I'm fine.
I take it.
Alright, I kind of, if there's no guards around, I kind of gesture you all to like,
Yeah, you feel like the guards are definitely giving you a lot more space.
yeah, so I kind of gesture you all to like, kind of huddle off a little bit. So here's the deal. I don't know if you guys heard anything as we were coming into the Lord's District and the upper districts. I did overhear the guards talking that the city is getting ready to go into lockdown.
Explain why the musician's so nervous.
Why would that explain anything?
He's a master musician. It's not his first concert. It's not his first show.
But how does he know that we're going into lockdown?
Well, he obviously knows something is coming the way his hands are shaking.
Or he could have just been nervous to perform for the love. Like, what?
I overheard.
Okay, actually, go ahead and roll history for me. Roll with advantage could be recent history.
The reason I say this is because we're
Thank
getting
the
ready to
Lord
talk to the
out.
Lord.
For advantage. 17.
Okay, so you're gonna actually remember with that conversation you had earlier. The noblemen were very, very much not want to talk to you at all. But the one who seemed to be from a lower born and kind of spent some more time outside of the nobleman's district and more time with the general population, he seemed to be like, no, I get what's going on. I'm okay talking to you about it. And you also know, based off of what you've seen with Hilda, is a lot of the bars do spend a lot of time out of the nobleman's district with the commoner folk.
No, Elena, he has a point. See, a man who dedicates his life to the arts, to the music, and especially the instrument that this man was playing.
Master musician.
This wasn't his first show. Incredible piece, might I ask. But some information that I did get from when we just got out of the sewers. I was speaking to another nobleman, lowerborn. He was much more willing to talk to me about what the situation is going on in the city. And from what he was saying, he was basically telling us to try to get out of the city as fast as we can. It looks like what Kai and I were trying to investigate today might be coming more into fruition. There might be a siege coming into this town.
All right, so listen. With us talking to the Lord, if I would assume he's going to be the only person that actually knows what's happening.
He might know, but if he tells us, that's another story.
We don't want to offend him.
We're not going to bring it up unless we have to, but we need to tread carefully. We are not from this region. We are outsiders.
For once, I agree with that, Art.
So we have to choose what we say carefully. Otherwise, they might they could even possibly think we are part of this siege. So we're here for business.
Why keep the city in the dark?
He's trying to do what he can to keep the citizens calm. I understand it.
It feels like more than like they're brainwashed, man.
Well, the people in the lower district, they know what's going on, and the people in the upper districts feel they're safer.
Have you heard of the Kingdom of Korea?
No, I haven't.
There was a lord there who did something very similar, and it was...
Apparently Korea is part of the lore of your world.
It's canon now.
Let's go ahead and update the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, safe to say
It's a different continent.
West and East Korea.
West and East Korea. They were absorbed by this world. But so I didn't carry on though.
I would have chimed in to interrupt you at that point. Been like, from the wars I've been a part of, that's pretty accurate.
Information is power.
The lower city, less need to know than the upper city because of chaos and panic.
You don't want them to rise up or anything?
So,
All I say is that we just need to be careful with what to say. Try not to get in trouble. Get the business we need to get this done, and we'll go from there. I mean, if we're so far, I assume we're the only. I mean, I assume other people might have possibly tried to take this bounty, and we're the only ones to come back. That shows that we're capable in the eyes of the Lord. He might want help, which could possibly lead to a bigger payout, more jobs.
Okay, I see what you're going
So, use your manners, please.
Shh, use him up and then rob him blind. Got it.
We're not
Gotcha.
doing that. We're not robbing him. You don't have weapons,
Right?
Right.
so how will we get out of here alive?
I'll keep an eye on the goblin.
Be on my best behavior.
All right. So as you guys are kind of finishing up this little bit of a conversation, you did not know.
Okay.
As you guys were kind of finishing up this conversation, well, actually, you would have noticed something, but you're gonna have to roll it again for it. So I want you to go ahead and roll history. So you would have seen like a little note that just had some like weird little sayings on it. It just didn't make any sense. So
Could I have kept it, or like
yeah,
would I have
you
been able to?
you would have kind of been able to swipe it, yeah. So as that happens, you're gonna end up seeing that this lord kind of walks out. As he does, you see him just kind of go over there and sit down on his throne and just kind of leans back and says, "Well, you got escorted all the way through the city. You've gone to the noble district and you found your way to here. Why are you here?"
We are part of the Bounty Hunters Guild, and we recently accepted the.
Why didn't anyone tell me about this? Anyone? Since when do we just let guards go walking people through the city up to my keep without telling them why they're doing it or what it's for? Nobody bothered to ask.
I believe Smitty and Jeremy, your king. My humble lord. We tried to tell Smitty and Jeremy the archer, mind you.
Not Jeremy the swordsman. The archer.
That's his cousin.
Very important.
We tried to explain to them that you want to be informed, but they absolutely refused, my lord, as I humbly bow.
They refused. Those fucking imbeciles. You just see him kind of turn to one of the guards and just kind of give him a little nod. You see the guard just kind of like bow and start walking off. So
We'll say along with being imbeciles, they were also extortionists as well. So, if that helps.
well, it won't matter what they are here soon.
Well,
What can I do for you?
if you would allow us to continue, we are bounty hunters. We are part of the Bounty Hunter Guild. We are the IRS, is what our group is called.
Can I see your mark?
Yes, certainly. Reach in my bag here and grab it. Here you are.
Oh, very nice. Can I see that? It's not very often I see one of these things. Oh, yes. Very delightful. The craftsmanship of the bounty hunters and the respect for the skulls and style. Quite mesmerizing. Yes, you were saying?
We recently accepted a bounty that was put out by you. The infestation in the sewers.
Is it dealt with?
It is, and quite frankly, it was probably way worse than you might have been possibly anticipated. There was a lot of crap.
Whoa. Let's go back.
Nudged him and just like been like, "Oh, we're supposed to be polite." Like
So go ahead and roll for.
Charisma.
Well, it's going to be a charisma roll. I'm just trying to decide what it's going to be. Roll performance.
quickly shape water,
5.
put it down his throat so he claws quick so he can't actually make the.
I must have understood. You think that this is something that I wouldn't have, understood, or more not have understood how bad it was? You're insinuating that I didn't understand what was going on in my city.
If I may chime in, my lord, the barbarian suffered some brain damage while we were down there, so I do apologize humbly, my lord. And I bow again.
Why don't you explain the situation?
When we got down there, it was not just water in the sewers. The sewers was completely filled by acid, eating up cobblestone, basically rotting it from the inside out.
Yes, and
We came across several groups of specters,
spiders do live in the sewers. Yes.
huge ones though, not tiny little ones. So we did more investigating. Then we started coming across demons, specters, wraiths. That's been taken care of.
Demons, you say? Now, do you think this is what the bounty was about?
Well, to be tell you the truth, we never were able to get him the information of what the infestation was. All they would tell us was it was an infestation in the source, and that is it.
What does this demon look like?
It was a
You see
rotting.
him, he looks like he's actually just kind of like off there, just kind of playing with some little trinkets and stuff like that. So
It was a
I roll up a
rotting,
mask.
rotting-looking dragonborn.
you take out the mask.
No, he doesn't.
No,
I have
you
the
I
mask.
just had it in the bag. 'Cause-
Yeah, I have the mask. I said the demon was wearing this, so he took it off him.
Let me see that.
Sir, I would highly recommend not touching this. I will
Are you
bring it
saying
closer.
that-
I'll bring it closer.
Are
to
you
guys.
saying that I'm incapable of holding it as you are?
It's a very dangerous mask?
I grab it with my tentacle.
And I pat one. Yeah.
I transfer tentacles.
This is very ornate. What was her name?
Her?
The demon.
How do you know it was a her?
It's an old man. I know a great many things.
We
You were the
never
only one
mentioned
who could talk to
the
it.
gender of. So,
I know what happens in my city. You see him just kind of like place this off to the side in front of him. What was her name?
Is it possibly X-Sync?
You see one of his mages kind of like walk over towards him. You see it's kind of they kind of like are chit chatting a little bit. How close do you guys feel like you are?
well, how far was he from us?
Where he's seated, he's probably about like 15 feet away from what would be like the base of the stairs, kind of going up to him. But it's up to where you guys feel like he'd be standing.
I mean, we
Like, I
would've
know you
had-
just went up the stairs and go.
I
hands
did.
up.
I was at the base of the stairs.
I guess we would have all had to
Are we
be
lo-
sort of close.
I feel like we're all just kind of like in a line, like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Like
At like the base of the stairs, or
yeah, at the base of the stairs, just
Okay.
all kind of like.
I'll let if you guys feel like you're all in the line, I'll let you all roll for it. It's just gonna be really high DC.
I mean, I probably would have taken like a step up, man, because of the mask. Like
Okay,
I wouldn't
mage
have
armor
gone.
on.
I wouldn't try to go more than a step, but I would have gone like a step.
So everyone can roll if they feel like they'd be trying to listen. If you don't feel like you're trying to listen, then just don't roll. It's gonna be a really high DC though.
It's just a.
So what are we rolling for?
This is just going to be for. It's going to be for perception on this one.
Oh, yeah, nope.
16.
16.
21.
21.
All right, nobody's able to make out anything. You're able to make out a little bit. You end up hearing the words relic and timing.
My ears just perk up a little bit once I like hear just those like 2 words.
You don't hear them side by side. There's
Oh
like-
yeah, just
I
like
mean, I'm just letting you know.
they're just like
Relic timing.
relic time.
All right, so as that happens, you end up seeing him just kind of like say, "Yes, I know." I thank you all very much for going down to these sewers and ridding our city of this problem.
We
I'll
are
take a step back to get back in line.
we are very honored to take care of this to keep the people safe.
Yes, of course. You see him kind of motion off one of the guards. One of the guards kind of comes over. You see him pick up the mask and put it on a little pillow off to the side. The guard goes and takes the pillow and starts walking away with the mask.
Not that you guys wouldn't know what to do with it, but I assume you guys will put that in a safe place so it can't hurt anybody else.
Probably the safest place it will ever be. Right here inside my keep.
Fair enough.
Right over there. A collection of some of the relics that have been captured from some of the atrocious things that come out of those sewers.
What kind of things have come out of the sewers?
Was that part of the payment? I'm sorry. What?
No, it's just curiosity. I'm not from this city. I like to know, the area. If it's not anything you want to discuss, that's fine.
Shit, feces, giant spiders.
Walked into that one, mine.
Whatever.
Say that out loud, by the way.
That's fine. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. Well, what was the bounty for? I can hardly remember what I asked.
I think it was for 2,000 gold.
2,000 gold? Yeah. My lord, if I'm not mistaken, the bounty was 2,000 gold?
That sounds about right. See him go ahead and motion off, and you see what looks like two servant girls just kind of bring over this giant sack of gold.
I'd like to raise up my tentacle. My lord, if I may speak candidly.
Go ahead.
In lieu of my share of gold, might I peruse the relics you have? I'm but your humble servant, and I would like to serve you. I would like to better serve you by...
You're serving me by being one of the subjects in my city. I don't know much more you have to offer than killing spiders and moving shit and feces in the sewers for me.
You'd be surprised, my lord. You'd be surprised.
Many men have said that to me, and many men have died in the sewers and the cells. What makes you different than normal men?
We came back.
I point both my tentacles at Elena.
What can you offer me?
Protection and servitude.
For? From?
Smitty.
I seem to have quite a few guards in here. Am I crazy? Is it only me that's seeing this? Am I just the bumbling fool walking around in my own keep? I don't think so. I think that I'm very, very well protected at the moment. But please do explain.
My lord, if I may. Smitty and Jeremy, on the way here, we heard rumblings of nefariousness at work.
Kind of
Elaborate.
lean backwards behind Elena and kind of whisper to you guys
Elaborate, please.
Well, when Smitty and Jeremy were besmirching your good name.
talking about Smitty and Jeremy.
Dead men. They're just gonna be deader, and that's it. No, I'm done. So, as I was saying, my good lord.
Horse.
I'm sorry, the barbarian, his lungs are still singed from the acid in the sewer. They had mentioned something I'm not too comfortable mentioning candidly, my lord, if I may.
I would highly recommend at this point you speak candidly with me, since you've already asked me to be candid.
What I'm trying to say is, my lord,
I think it's in your best health if you speak candidly with me right now.
What I'm trying to say, my lord, is may I approach to speak with you 101?
We're speaking one-on-one right now.
Just spit it out. Just goddamn it, you're already doing Sam.
Jeremy mentioned that the holdout city of Pike, beautiful city, first off, greatest city in the entire continent. He said you guys may be under siege from both the land and the sea.
What?
Yes, my lord, is sure.
Who told you this?
Jeremy said the land.
Smitty. And here we are.
I did tell you that I heard it from the guards, from them, whenever they talked to the guards that let us into the upper district, is when I heard it from.
I'm just blaming them. I've got
I'm looking for an exact point. That's where I.
Oh, he doesn't give two shits.
Yeah.
Do you believe these?
I kind of.
Do you believe these rumors?
Like,
What they were saying? Smitty and Denemy, the already dead men.
I'll be honest, my lord, I don't know what to believe. The words of two fools? Probably not.
But you must have believed the words enough to bring them up here, in my court, in my chamber, surrounded by my guards.
Yes, sir, I'm your humble servant.
You keep saying that, but you antagonize me. You were doing so well until this moment, friend. So very well.
I think his curiosity of the question comes from our duty to try to help people. That's what our interest in our line of work is.
Oh, but of course, and my duty of being the Lord is not helping people. Oh, no, wait. No, it is. Am I not helping my people?
Not that you aren't. We just like to help
Assist
any
in
way we
helping.
can. Whether you are obviously doing everything that you need to do. But anywhere we go, we are going to try to find ways to help people.
Oh, of course. I've done everything I possibly can to help these people. I've kept slavery in the works for as long as I possibly can. My family's done it for generations. It's been of great use to not just our family, but other noblemen's families in the districts. It's been great strides for our family to be able to do this. In addition to that, we protect our noblemen. Yeah, he's probably just disregarding it, just kind of scanning.
He's probably a little
I
racist
like
towards you.
elbow him a little bit.
I disregard that a little.
So, I would say that we've done our fair share in trying to help the people of the holdout city of Pike. And we continue to do so. We've fended off many attacks. Never had issues. We've fended off many sieges. Yet we still stand. And yet I stand here having some bumbling fools coming into my court, asking for payment for jobs, killing spiders and piss and feces, while at the same time telling me that they could offer me more than what I already have. Do you believe these rumors to be true? Any of you?
Please excuse our foolishness, my lord. I do not believe these rumors. You're aiding and governing this city very well. There is no such thing as a raid. Those two fool gods will have their comeuppance. I will assure you will take swift justice in that. We apologize for inconveniencing you.
Roll deception.
I'm actually being honest, but yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, it felt like the one part that wasn't necessarily honest was the
That was a natty 20.
natty 20. Okay.
Never mind.
If you would allow us, I think in our best interests, it is about time that we part our ways.
I think it would be in our best interest if we part our ways.
Couldn't agree more.
And you know it would be great. You see him just go ahead and motion off to the guards. I would love it if the five of you lot would be my honored guests for the evening.
What time of day is it right now?
It's like midday-ish. Like it's coming closer. It's coming closer, like later than midday. Like considering the fact that you guys have kind of gone through the city and everything, you guys have been talking and all this stuff's been going on. Probably getting closer like sundown because you guys got out around midday, so probably a couple hours have passed. You got probably closer like 4 to like 6.
Oh my, sir, I don't. I would really appreciate it.
I
You want to have 5 common adventures covered in filth, feces, as you were saying.
Trust me, it will be
That's
not
not
a problem
impressed.
at all. We have the proper accommodations for it.
I speak as the group. Thank you for your amenities.
It is truly not a problem.
Thank you, my lord. I'd like to bow.
Yes, very well. The guards will escort you to your chambers. You see all the guards just kind of like start like piling on you. All right, right this way.
Now, never really got discussed. She brought over 2,000 gold to us. Took it.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that was clarified.
Yes.
And then we each got our own share.
You guys haven't split the gold yet, right?
Yeah,
You
they
guys
just
just have
told me.
So then
2 big bags of gold,
Okay.
assuming a whole 1,000 gold piece. So.
All right.
Let's just
get us acquainted.
let's just keep our cool.
I think we should take a trip to the infirmary.
We need to take a short rest at least.
Well,
Oh no, there's no need to go to the infirmary. We're going to take you right down to your rooms.
The why?
we
Okay.
yes.
Oh, absolutely. And you see him go ahead and start kind of leading you down. So as you guys end up kind of leaving this courtyard area, they're going to end up kind of taking you off to the section off to the right. And anyone who feel like they're trying to pay attention, roll nature. Actually, no, that's not the right one. Anyone who feels like they know much about like royalty and stuff like that, roll history.
Oh, it's my time to shine.
22.
13.
Okay. you get an immediate feeling that, oh shit, they're taking us to the dungeons. And this is like as you end up kind of going into this staircase, you're just like, oh shit, they're taking us right down to the dungeons.
What's our marching order?
I don't really know. I mean, they kind of pushed us around a little bit. So
I would say probably the order you guys are in right now.
No, because I would definitely say we're like that because we were next to each other doing
Oh, yeah, we
eye
were.
gestures and
Mhm.
shit.
That works.
I
As you guys are like walking down the staircase, this will be happening.
I kind of like kick his heel a little bit to try to get his attention, kind of discreetly, like just accidentally step on the back of his heel. And I just whisper dungeons.
excuse me. Excuse me, guard. Where are we going?
To your chambers.
What would that be?
Down the dungeons.
Why? I'm sorry. Why are we getting sent to the dungeons for completing a job for the Lord?
You heard him.
I only do as the Lord asks. If you'd like, you could talk to one of the representatives for the Lord down there in the dungeons, but it's only my job to escort you there.
I'd stretch and say it's probably the safest place to be.
How many guards are escorting us?
12.
Oh, it's a whole squadron.
Oh.
I mean, are we taking a short rest out in the dungeons?
Are we allowing ourselves to go to the dungeons?
I mean,
Dude, we don't have any weapons.
We don't have. I mean,
Speak for
but
yourself.
we don't have much. for those that can do things, we don't have much
Got some
ability.
tucked under that loincloth. I don't know what.
If she gets
I mean,
hit once, she's
that's my
dead.
other personality.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah, we're good.
He's got weapons.
Alright, so as you guys end up kind of like walking down this this long staircase, you eventually get down to the dungeons and you end up seeing that there's a couple of big cells. There ends up being looks like 3 empty cells. And they're gonna end up essentially pairing you guys up. Everyone go ahead and roll a D6.
D6.
2.
5.
1.
5.
5s are together.
My man.
6.
Hell
6.
Okay. 3 of you reroll.
2.
She just re-rolled.
Did you roll 5?
No, I rolled 2.
Okay, so reroll.
Which one? Oh,
I got
5.
2.
1.
Okay. You two are closest. You guys will be in the same cell. You're gonna be alone.
So there's somebody down here that we can talk to?
They're basically the guards are gonna end up ushering you guys into these cells. So it's gonna be like this. We'll go ahead and actually section it out really quick so you guys can kind of get a little bit of an idea of what the space looks like. But we're just gonna draw it. So.
Okay.
Hello, Shiloh. Thank you for protecting me.
So, way too done.
This is kind of like what your immediate area looks like. You end up seeing that over off here, there is like a counter. Then you notice there was some kind of an area off over here with a gate. You end up seeing there was a bench over here. And this ends up taking you over towards the staircase that you guys
How many people behind the receptionist stand?
So you're gonna end up. I'm gonna have to grab some minis or something, just some random minis.
There's some down here. You're looking to make walls.
No, I'm just looking for like literal like characters. Okay. We're gonna use undead. So there you go.
Oh yeah. Undead guardsmen.
But they're not undead, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
Just
so go
wanted to
ahead.
clarify.
So go ahead and like kind of partition yourselves and everything.
Oh, you said 3 are open. Which 3 are open?
Well,
So 1, 2, and then 3. I guess I'll just go
That too. We should. No, wait. 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So
well, no, you got 2 of, yeah,
that's right.
Dino's by himself.
I'm not.
All right.
Are
So
the
you guys
doors
have been
closed?
Yes, you've been locked in cells.
Okay, just checking.
Alright, so I guess at that point, I kind of try to get one of the guards that are over there behind the desk attention.
What?
We're just a little confused as to why we're down here. I mean,
You pissed off the Lord, is what I'd assume. You were the ones who were just speaking to him.
yes, we were, but there was.
I'll know more about it here soon. Listen, we just deal with the booking. You're registered. We'll figure out exactly what it is once we get the order down here. We just know that the gods extorted you down. That's all we know.
I walk to the back of the cell and
We'll probably know in about an hour.
Sit down against the wall.
Let's
Oh,
do
yeah.
a short rest.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, well,
I look at Kai and I say, we're gonna be down here for some time. I'm gonna take a nap.
I'm right there with you.
fine.
Little spoon or big spoon?
I feel like I say you could just go to the corner with your tentacles and just kind of chill, right?
You're right.
Use the tentacles as your own hammock.
Exactly.
Can I see what's in the cell?
Yeah, so inside your cell, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. So inside the cell, you're gonna end up noticing that you have a small little wooden chamber pot that just has little flies kind of going around in it. You're gonna end up seeing that you have a small little bedding off to the side, which basically looks like it's just hay with a little bit of fur and like kind of like a bunch of rags that are kind of put up together trying to make a pillow. It's pretty basic, but you just have concrete walls on both sides. Then you have the concrete pillars that are kind of going in between 2 areas in the front, and then metal that's kind of bound into these concrete pillars. So it's like basically if you're looking through the front, so it's like all concrete up to the edges, a little bit of bar, concrete pillar, a little bit of bar, concrete pillar, then door. And then back to
Any
the concrete.
windows?
No windows.
I mean,
Alright, let's just get some rest if there's nothing we can do now. Bueno, you can take the bed if you want.
I before we do that, I said, you saw that key?
Oh, I
Like
Walk
maybe
over.
like
yeah.
I tried to just maybe after maybe
Yeah,
after we might be able to.
I have.
Shouldn't have given that mask to him.
Well, there's nothing we can do about this now.
You understand what's happening, right?
We'll see. I mean, it could just be a Pontus Lord.
Mm-mm.
Wrong infestation, bro.
I think he's X-Ink.
Don't know.
And I just like sit in the corner and like kind of curl up with my knees to my chest, kind of thing.
Let my harmonica start playing. Locked up, won't let me out. Won't let me out.
So you guys are able to. So while he's playing the harmonica, you guys are actually able to talk down here, and you're going to end up noticing that there is actually.
Are we officially taking a short rest though?
It's up to you guys if you guys want to do that.
I
Yes.
officially want to take
Yeah,
a
you
short
as
rest.
well.
Let's do it.
So that's why I wanted to see before we vocals if we're
Alright,
allowed
how
to
do
do
I do this
vocals and
again?
shit.
You just, however many, you basically have, you can roll up to 4d6s, and however many d6s you use, you need to click those boxes, and that's how much health you get back. So, if
While
you
this is happening,
do
can I tune
1d6,
to the leaf
it'll be 1d6
dagger
plus
that's in
2.
my
If you
You
do
can,
2d6,
but
it'll be
did you
2d6
actually
plus
keep
4,
it?
and vice versa.
Can I roll them separately?
would have been
Or
tough.
do I have to?
Oh, I mean, I
Yeah, you
didn't.
can
I
roll
didn't necessarily give it up.
So
You can only
so
use
did
one
you
of
tell
them
me
if
that
you
you
want
didn't
to.
give it up?
I did not.
Okay, so
No.
you don't have it.
Okay,
Sorry.
just make it.
If you that's why I asked like 3 times. Like, is anyone trying to conceal anything? Is anyone trying to conceal anything?
You're right.
Alright, so 6.
Oh, I wasn't
I
really
didn't-
there. I didn't see that you asked that 4 times. Fuck.
Yeah, he was kind of very, very subtle about it.
I was so subtle about it. Does anyone else want to conceal anything? Does anyone else want to conceal anything?
Surprised the barbarian gave everything up.
Yeah, I know.
I don't have any big weapons that I can just
Small
conceal.
weapons.
Small weapons.
No, I don't have any small
You
weapons.
don't
That
have.
sounds like a you problem.
You don't have a hunting knife in between your butt cheeks or nothing concealed up.
so
As a barbarian, that's the only place you could logically hide it.
I took 2, by the way, 2 of my health shit during a short rest.
That's fine.
I healed 20, which actually put me back to health.
I'm almost.
I'm happy for you.
Guess we're all just taking a short rest at the moment.
Looks like it.
I 100% need it. I need it.
Locked up, won't let me out.
Do we can we talk during a short rest, or do we have that?
You guys can talk, yeah.
Hi, Penny.
I'd be kind of whispering to you, being like, "Well, I mean, I have 2 forms now I can use after this is over."
I've got my
So-
staff to cast Mage Hand also.
Okay, yeah, so you guys are in the same cell.
Yeah,
it would be
we're-
really difficult for you to talk. I thought you were talking to
No,
talk.
yeah, just whispering, like no guard, nobody else could hear us. Just like,
I hop
plotting.
up like suddenly from the back, and I walk up to the front, and I want to say, in Draconic, can any of you understand me?
Who taught you that tongue?
Does it matter?
Not entirely. Your
Hey,
lisp is
hey.
slightly off.
Come here. What are you doing?
Your tongue's not forked, that's
Who
why.
taught you?
I'm not a dragonborn, but those lizard folk were able to acquire the tongue quite well.
Lizard folk? That's it?
What else do you
That's all
expect?
you're gonna give me?
I'm a thief. I mean, what do you want from me?
What do you think is going on down here?
I stole something in the city, and they decided to lock me up for it. Damn shame, really. I was going to make good money for it.
What did you steal?
Gold.
From who?
One of the nobleman's daughters. Not my best day.
How long have you been down here?
About a day. They have plans to execute me. Very excited about that. More excited about the potential of the city coming down because I very much like to get out of here, but fingers crossed for the gods that will come before I die.
Do you think that that's all of our fates?
To get executed?
Yeah.
Not the gods, I hope not. It's not for me to say.
I'm not from around here. I don't know how this lord usually operates.
I'll tell you this, most lords don't operate like this. Not at all. He's more of a tyrant than a lord, I'd say, but he does give a lot of favoritism to people who are not short, which is good. But he doesn't really like us scalies either, so. Hey. Hey. Y'all better keep that down. You might have to whisper.
Which cell is the person in? The one next to us?
Literally on the other side of the wall.
Okay. Can I see them at all?
Not really. You can probably so you kind of tell based on where it is. Like you're leaning up against the door, they're probably leaning up against their door, and they're just kind of like whispering over the wall. You can probably, if you really try to look around the corner, you might be able to see a little bit of them. But
have you heard about the possible siege?
no, it's not possible, darling. It's happening. It's not a matter of when I know. I don't track that much in politics.
I'm starting to think it's an inside job.
The siege is an inside job?
Yeah.
What would give you that idea?
I can't put my finger on it. There was just something odd when we were in his chambers. It just something didn't sit right with me.
I'm sorry, darling. You were in their chambers, and now you're down here. What did you do?
I did nothing. My idiot friends couldn't keep their mouths shut and pissed them off, apparently.
You still speaking Draconic?
Yes.
Okay.
It's quite fascinating. What are you?
I'm an elf.
It's really interesting. Are you a highborn elf?
Not really.
You
Not
talk,
high, not low.
You talk like a highborn though. It's just even with what you're talking in the draconic tongue, it's jarring. Normally it's not this formal, but you're even talking formal in the dragon's tongue.
I'm highly read. I read a lot of books growing up. It probably helps with that a little bit.
Whatever your upbringing you want to call it, I don't think anyone other than the highborn or somebody who would consider themselves to be highborn would be able to read, have the time to spend that luxury. I'll steal books. I don't read them. But people who do read, they pay top dollar for them.
Well, if we ever get out of here, I'll teach you how to read.
You know what?
Friends.
I very much hope that's the case. And you hear kind of a little bit of a hiss, and you see like a little hand just kind of like hop out of the cell, and you see what looks like these kind of orangey kind of purple scales just kind of going up. As it looks like as he kind of moves it, they start to kind of almost like an incandescent kind of color. It just kind of starts to shift, and it turns more green.
Wow, your scales are pretty intricate.
Thank you. It's family trait. I'm not able to take full advantage of it down here, though. You know, the Lord's Mage has a spell on the entirety of magic within his keep.
Of course they do.
It's quite depressing.
Yep, it wasn't until just now when you told me that. I should have known.
Atlanta, you having a good conversation up there?
Not really. No, I'm just depressed.
Why is that?
And I try to cast Firebolt. It just
You're
fizzles.
gonna see like just a couple little sparks, some little like pixie dust things just kind of fly out of her hand.
That's why.
What's why? I'm not actually looking at you when I'm talking. I'm actually just literally like.
Literally just picking his fingers.
Oh, this problem.
You think?
So you hand me the little.
Well, okay, so I got a question. Is there any, like, can I see him at all, or is it a solid wall?
Solid wall.
Solid wall. Is there, like, a thing I can, like, reach out, or, like, pass a note? Like, you can give it to him to pass a little note to?
Well, can I see like who's that? Is that a guard?
It's a guard.
It's a guard.
I'm not, it's solid, it's not worth it at that point, so that's what I want to clarify before I announce it.
She's still having her conversation, but you guys could have a conversation as well.
Yeah. Can I see who's across from me?
Yeah, the person who's directly across me is actually what looks like some kind of lizard folk that just has his hand outside. It's gonna be just like whispering in some like very deep and profound like he's so hot, and it's very very much not what you'd expect a lizard to be saying.
Okay. Of the gentleman that's lying down.
The gentleman that's lying down there.
Next to Elena, so.
Okay, so you have dark vision, so you probably
I do have dark vision. Yeah.
You end up saying that's another lizard folk in there. This one just seems to kind of be like just kind of like staring up at the ceiling, kind of just playing with their tail a little bit, just kind of like
So cute.
What about that guy?
that one over there is actually going to end up being a I think they call it a Leon
Ooh, Lenin?
or Lenin. That's what they mean.
Oh,
Hell
there you
yeah.
go.
The kitty got clubs.
Big lion dudes.
From Zelda.
You could definitely tell by looking
Not
at him though,
those.
because you're not getting a whole lot from him because you're just kind of like hidden back in the
This is
corner.
like a Khajiit,
But you could
buff
tell there was
lion
definitely
version
more.
of it. Leonin. Leonin.
So, can I investigate the door? Is there like a padlock on it, or like any way to insert a key? Or
It's a hard integrated lock that's accessible from the outside.
Well, I couldn't, like, there's no possible way like anyone could reach around.
You'd be able to reach
So it's a
around, like
Khajiit,
mess with the
but
lock
with-
or something,
yeah, it's
but you have to reach both your hands around. Then you'd be kind of like reverse pick locking it because it doesn't go all the way through. Yeah, it's a very difficult lock in that regard. It's not designed to be easy. It's not like something you'd see in like a low level Skyrim. If I had to give like a point of reference,
Okay.
not impossible, just not easy.
Problem's having a thought.
Ask the guard a question. Get him to come over to the door to ask what.
So you could just tell me what you're trying to just talk to the guard.
Why I always spoke the line.
Just talk to the guard.
Roleplay, dog.
Sir, what? Are we gonna get let out? I actually a question for you.
I don't know.
Before I go into that whole thing, I passed. Who were the bags of gold handed to?
Well, I'm pretty sure they're handed to the group. I'm not sure who actually grabbed them. It was the two servant girls who brought them. So decide amongst yourselves who they grabbed.
I'll say I'd probably grab one.
Yeah, I would have grabbed it.
Big
Like
bags,
I passed the mask. I assume they would have brought it over to me because that's what triggered it.
Sure. So
So
then
that's-
we'll say you and Ed Arbo have a bag of 1,000 gold.
Okay. I say, sir, what's well, why are we here? I hold up my bag of gold. We just got paid by him.
You know, enough time has passed. Let me go check in. So you see the guard just kind of motion to one of the other guards. So here's what you're going to end up seeing. I'm going to explain this so you guys have opportunity if you want to try to do something. So you're going to see one of the guards unlock something, come out here. They're going to start to switch, and there's gonna be a moment where they end up crossing.
At that moment. At that moment, I want to test
No,
something.
not that.
So what do you want to test?
I still have the key that happened.
Okay.
So they seem to have like a very peculiar interest to the key. So I want to test to see if this key opens more than I think it does.
Sure.
So I want to sneakily just take out the key and
skeleton key.
Okay.
and fiddle with the lock with the key.
Okay. So you're gonna try to do that really quick. So you're gonna I'm gonna make you roll sleight of hand for this.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
This is an 18.
Okay. So as you end up kind of like getting the key in there, you're trying to, but it looks like the key's actually a little bit too big. And as you're like kind of trying to mess with it, you kind of get like one of your fingernails in there, and it feels like the key actual hole is a lot smaller than what the key you actually have is, because you weren't really able to get a good look at it.
He's too far.
Short little goblin arms.
Yeah. No, I immediately retract my arms and put the key back.
One of the things. So go ahead and roll perception for me while you're doing that, and I want you to actually roll a sleight of hand for quickly trying to put it back in the bag.
7 and 12.
7 for perception.
7 for perception and 12 for sleight of hand.
Okay. So on the sleight of hand, you end up kind of like pulling it back in. You just kind of like quickly just kind of like snap it back through, like almost like you're playing with like a pocket knife. You just kind of like slap it back through and just kind of like slide it back into your pocket. It's not really something you notice, but you just kind of feel like you didn't get caught.
I've just been caught.
No, you didn't get caught.
Oh, didn't get caught. Okay.
The guard would end up finishing walking over to that area.
When he walked away, I would have tried to like shape water in my hand.
Okay. As you would have tried to do that, you would have seen that it feels like kind of
Your hand
dust
just got
kinda
clammy.
moves. Yeah, dust just kind of moves and nothing really happens.
Okay, and then would I know that means I can't wild shape?
You would probably be taken back by it. You could probably infer that something's up.
I can wait. I said I won't. I can.
You
wait.
can infer that something's up, like something's
Okay.
not right.
So wild shape a magical ability.
I would have leaned. I would have leaned to you and been like, "Hey, shit." As I try to like shape water in front of you now, and nothing happens.
Like, damn, there goes the plan.
What about your? What do those tentacles do? Is that thing a nub? Can that work?
What do those tentacles
It got
do?
cut. I mean, it got cut off, right? It's
Why? Who's asking?
How big is it?
How big is it?
Well put. Well put.
At that point, I'd like to try to cast a cantrip also.
Okay. You would also just see a cat fizzle.
You're right.
Can I see them from where I'm standing?
Yeah, you would be able to kind of see him. It'd be difficult to see, but you could see him because they're both standing up next to the edge.
Y'all are wasting your time.
Yeah, we kind of figured that out.
Are they trying to cast magic over there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the thing that I have is magic?
I'm kind of scared to tell you to try.
I don't know.
Hey, I kind of like, hey, Edgar, have you been talking to yourself lately? Question mark.
Question mark?
Did you just say question mark out loud? It's not how normal people talk.
I think the acid might have got to him a little bit.
Just a teeny bit.
I mean, if things get to that point, I can try to having a conversation with myself.
Question mark.
Question mark.
I mean,
Exclamation point.
has anything bad happened from just you trying to talk to them?
Originally.
Thing? Yeah?
Originally. Now it just likes to be a
It's
dick
they
to me.
them.
They them.
Okay.
Yeah, my line.
Well, what happened the first time again when you talked to it?
Well, the first time, that's when it took control. But now, when I try to talk and try to come to an understanding, it just wants to be an a-hole. So, we'll see. The way I see it, while we're in here, if I die, that thing's not going to survive in the air. It might have to cooperate.
All right, I got the word, and you see the guard kind of pop back out of the post, and you see him kind of do the same trade. If you guys want to try to do anything in that window,
How far are they from the cell? Like 10 feet?
like 5 feet, basically.
Maybe. Up to you.
That's a good way to get it.
Well,
We're still low-level adventurers, right?
Would I be able to see if they have any keys on them to open the cells?
Sure, you can roll investigation as they're walking by.
I'd like to do that too.
can I look around the dungeon to see if I see any warding? like could all like just like that would be the reason for why it's like we can't use magic.
You can go ahead and roll investigation. So, what'd you guys roll?
22.
Okay, you know for sure that they don't have it. They're wearing very plain armor, and unless it's like tucked away underneath their armor or something like that, it wouldn't make sense.
Got to be in that room.
I rolled a 13.
You're not noticing anything when you look around the room, but then again, you really can't see a whole lot anyways.
I'd like to tell Kai. It looks like they don't have anything on them. My night vision is pretty darn good, and
All right, no, hush up. So you wanted to know. So what you're in for is insult to the Lord, conspiracy against the Lord, and conspiring against the Lord's will.
If that's true, why would he pay us?
That must have happened after the
1,000
fact.
gold in each bag.
That must have happened after the fact.
what is the sentence?
The sentence is still being determined. It looks like you're going to be in here for at least 3 days. I mean, normally this thing is subject to something potentially close to treason, but I doubt that he'll actually charge you with it. Treason is normally just immediate death. It's about as bad as robbery is. Actually, what? Oh. Sorry. We'll have to get back to this. You see the guard go ahead and turn around, and two of the guards end up going over and opening up the cell. You see one of the guards end up coming out, another guard ends up opening up the cell and taking it to the lizard folks. All right, now come with us. And you end up seeing a bunch of other guards come out as well. They end up coming out from the stairs. So now you have about like 12 guards in the hallway over here.
I say to him in Draconic, fight your way out of this.
And then you end up hearing him say back, "It's not worth it for me.
It's always worth it.
I'll be with my gods. An act of the gods might save me. But maybe you can save yourself." Then you see him actually kind of like trip and fall. And as he trips and falls, he kind of falls like part way into the cell. And you're going to end up seeing him just kind of like put his arm in there and just kind of drop something as you see it kind of just like fall off and start sliding into the corner.
Into our cell?
Then you see him just kind of coughing, saying, I'm sorry. I'm very weak. Then you see him just kind of like start getting back up, and the guards kind of like pull him up, and they start dragging him upstairs.
I say, Gods be with you.
Are you saying that in Draconic?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just kind of hear him just kind of like mutter something, and it's really quiet. You can't really hear it, but the guards end up taking two of them out.
So the guards left with them. Was the guard in the
The
back?
guards that were still here remain. There's guards that came downstairs to go get them.
Okay, so the guard
That would
is
be
still
on
in
the
front of
bench.
us.
There's not one in front of our cell, though, correct?
Not right now, no.
I want to walk over and try to see what he dropped.
Okay. As you walk over into the corner, you're going to end up seeing that it's like a little kind of a satchel of some kind. And as you open it, you're going to end up seeing that inside of there is 3 gold pieces, 10 bobby pins.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
looking for the alley-oop?
How dark? Like how well lit? I'm assuming there's somewhat of light down there.
There is torch lighting down there.
Can I see the creature across from me?
What's that?
Can I see the creature across from me?
You can.
Yeah, just do custom.
It's a
volume
Leon.
pin and then 10
And I try to speak.
in the quantity.
I say hello. And primordial.
It just kind of looks at you.
And then down here, just put 10.
Do you understand?
You watch it as like this like lion just kind of stands up and just like starts to kind of like grimace and kind of snarl.
Yes.
It just kind of like looks at you and then just kind of like flips his hair around and just kind of walks back into the corner.
Oh,
I watched that happen. I was like, here, let me try something. And I go.
Okay, what are you doing over here?
You end up then immediately just hearing this like just coming from one of the cells
What
next.
is that?
Can I try to like? I speak with animals. Like I gain the ability. It's not like I cast
It's
something.
not an animal.
He's not an animal. So
He's a
it's
creature.
a humanoid.
It's a beast.
Humanoid.
With it's communicating.
I'm sorry. You're also a beast because you are not full-fledged human.
Is this guard's back turned or is that just?
That's just the way I
coincidence?
left it. Yeah.
So my didn't work.
You got the roar.
I would have dropped. I would have let out some of the gold bag as I was holding it up earlier. Like as I'm lowering it, I would have let a few of it fall out to see if it would have probably about 10 gold worth. To
Okay.
see if the guard would have been intrigued and tried to get out.
What's that?
So like I said, we got just 1,000 gold. Why would he lock us up if he just paid us 1,000 gold just to meet?
Huh. You know, that is a very good point. I mean, dead men don't really need gold, right?
I'm not dead.
How about your soon-to-be friend?
Don't have to be.
It'll be nice to know that when we take you out of this cell to have you executed, we'll also get to keep the gold.
So I grab the gold and put it back in the bag.
It's a very good day for me. I appreciate everything you've done for us. This is quite the day. We're gonna be rich, boys. You see him just kind of like say that down the hallway.
Well, I would assume everybody would have heard the conversation. I wasn't being quiet.
No, yeah.
It sounds like we're getting executed in a few days.
Ah, executed. I mean, at this point, I probably pushed for it, but I'm not the one who makes the decision. So,
But okay. Good to know. So we'll be here for at least a few days.
well, you know, it kind of serves you right for everything. Everyone, go ahead and roll a deck save.
Next save.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
It's the final
I'm so dead.
countdown.
15.
9.
12.
Okay.
16.
2. All right. So, what'd you roll?
9.
9. So the two of you, as this ends up happening, you're going to end up basically feeling the entirety of the ground shake, and it feels like something just kind of like breaks a little bit. Like you feel like little stones and everything kind of like falling from the ceiling. Just little tiny stones falling from the ceiling, as you end up hearing what just sounds like the entire earth just like collapsing for a second.
I just tried
As that happens, you're going to end up
Good thing we
noticing
took that sewer
that
out.
both of you end up immediately just getting knocked to the ground by this concussion, as the rest of you kind of like end up bracing yourself up against the wall. You're going to end up noticing that the guard right in front of you also falls face first.
I'd like to try to grapple her with my tentacles.
I am.
Wait. Lost.
No, I'm unconscious.
You're not unconscious. You're knocked onto the ground.
Okay, but I'm still.
You're prone.
Okay.
Should I
Did
try to
take
grab
any
her?
damage?
What's that?
Did I take
No,
any
you
damage?
just knocked down.
No, you're
Trying
not.
to-
You're
I
not.
just
We're
wanna
trying
make
to
sure.
damage control right now.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, you're right.
I want to like, as I'm on the ground, put my hand away from the guard, see if I can do shape water, like just a little bit of water in my hand now.
Okay. And as you go to try to do that, you're gonna see it looks like a little bit of water begins to form, but it's not an actual like spell.
Okay.
And as that happens, you're gonna end up hearing what is like this gong just like beating on outside.
What does that mean? God, what's going on?
So it
Looks like
sounds
we're safer in here than you are out there.
You shut your fucking mouth. All of you shut your fucking mouth.
That's
Like you go upstairs and check and see what's going on down there. Everyone roll their deck save.
Would I have been familiar with the sound of the bell from my days as a city watch?
Yeah, you would. You'd actually recognize that there's some kind of an attack happening.
And I'll let me know what we're doing.
Okay.
Dex save then.
Deck saves.
Team
No.
save.
Anything less than a 10.
7.
Both of you are going to fall to the ground again.
Still down.
Yeah. So you're just going to stay on the ground. And then you're going to end up noticing that basically everyone else in their cells, it's not you guys, ended up also collapsing to the ground. You're going to also end up noticing that there's like a tremor just kind of coming through, and some of the actual ceiling begins to crack. And as that happens, you're going to end up seeing a giant stone collapse and then break a hole in the ground that was once just kind of like this metal piece. Metal piece seems to have not just like broke, but kind of just like fell into the core of the ground.
Oh.
I think something's happening.
God, that's not normal, is it?
So we're under attack.
Gods be with us. And we'll go ahead and end there.
Praise be to God.
Oh.
Oh. I wonder if it was fired by a
Ain't 10 o'clock
trebuchet.
yet.
I'm good for like another hour. So.
It will be a spicy session when we come back.
Ugh.
It will be a spicy session because a lot.
Two
Here's the
weeks.
thing. I need everything out, and I don't have everything out.
Hey.
So I really can't.
That's-
I don't want to half-ass it. I don't
Yeah,
want to half-ass it.
Can we at least try to escape fuel cells?
Well, you guys will at the start of next session.
And on that note,
Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us. It's great to be back. It's unfortunate that we'll have to be taking next week off because David and I will both be out of town. But it will be a super spicy next session because we're going to be doing a little bit of interesting stuff. There's a bunch of different ways I can see you guys tackling this and kind of trying to do everything. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. But also, we could have some very interesting combat. So I'm excited to see what direction you guys end up trying to go and how that's exactly planned.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
By completing the bounty and accepting our gold, we level up? Because that was a big bounty.
It was a big bounty. This isn't like a video game where it's like,
you get
and,
XP.
here is your gold, and then here is your XP for completing the mission.
I mean, it.
Hear the Witcher choir in the back.
I like your effort, like where your head's that kid, but no.
That's fun.
That's fun. You're going places.
Yeah, you're going places, kid. All right, but anyways,
That would be
thank you guys so much for
Oh,
joining
no.
us. We'll be seeing you guys here not this week, but the following week after that,
I'm so sad.
where we'll be going into some real fun shenanigans. So stay tuned for that. And for you guys that ever tried playing Warhammer or anything like that before, depending on what they pick, we might have some combat kind of similar to that. So it's
Oh,
really fun.
I'm freeing Garfield next session.
It's gonna be
Like,
Yes.
one way or another. It's gonna be
Like-
really, really spicy. So be warned. But anyways, thank you so much, guys. Take it easy, and we'll be seeing you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.